ordinary, as I feel, I am an ordinary student of law. But I think not more than that. And I have been, I think, working in a research institution. So actually, I think fortunate that I'm asked to speak on some research issues. So actually, there are issues people speak, and even classrooms are something. I think we may say that execution, but yes, stages in the execution design, and I think analysis this planning stage, selection of topic, literature review, this and that. Apart from discuss what basic not and what basic qualities a researcher should possess. Only then he can, I think, do the research. Because research is the name of finding the truth. And why my I think focus will be to discuss how objectivity, which is the part of value neutrality and originality, which is supplemented by the ethics, should be, I think, incorporated in the research work as well as the researcher himself. So that's why my humble submission is that before, I think, starting a research work, a research a researcher should possess certain qualities, and if those qualities are not possessed by the researcher, researchers own views, researchers own, I think, sentiments will dominate the research. Researcher will not be a researcher, he will become an educate, and he will work like an educate, not a researcher, because research is the name of finding the truth. Researcher don't believe anyone until he is not verifying anything from himself on, I think, impartially. So that's why my humble submission is that how much time, Yadav sir, please tell me how much time I have to speak, and then how much time I have to give for question answer. Hello, I am audible. Hello.
Yes, sir. You are audible, sir. You are audible, sir.
So ask Yadav sir, how much time I have to speak and how much time is for question answer.
You have 1 hour period to speak.
Achho,
1 घंटा है
that's
आपके पास.
because people will ask my question, some interaction. I want if what I speak, if people are unable to, and I think any confusion, so that confusion should be removed. So that's why I asked the time. Okay. So I was asking that before, I think, starting a research work, one should possess certain qualities. A good researcher will have to be honest in thoughts, readings, and in writings. Why? Because he is finding the truth. There needs true dedication. And at the same time, if until a person has no curiosity, cannot do the research, because research is not the, I think, time-bound program. Research is the name of thought process. Research is the name of thought process, and thought process is possible only when a person would be curious. A person is curious. Curiosity is the basic element in order to do the research. And that's why researcher must follow certain basic norms or key principles even before starting to think or develop his research proposal. Research is a thought process to discover new knowledge. It is a commitment to pursuit of truth. And why? Because attitude of objectivity reflects such commitment. Attitude of objectivity reflects only when we are proceeding towards commitment in pursuing the truth. And that's why objectivity is the necessary virtue. The approach of proceeding on any matter should be by relying on realistic facts and not imaginary views, nor on personal liking or disliking, which is often we find in the research today. That what is my view, it should be proved. Anyhow, we have to prove through our research work what my view I have, what I feel better, what is my liking. This presupposes that independent of investigation or study, truth exists and that it ought not be contaminated by partisan or biased approaches or emotional stances. So actually, these emotion and I think liking and disliking will not, I think if we want to find out the truth, so truth does not exist, I think, if we will emphasis on these, I think, personal emotions and personal things. That this discussion, so now we will confine this discussion on objectivity, and for objectivity, value neutrality is must. And the other thing, originality. And for originality in legal research work, which is valuable guides on what qualities that a true researcher should possess. And this originality is only possible through ethical or moral. So now we are beginning with the objectivity. It relates to the quest for truth and search for justice. Every researcher should committed to the pursuit of truth, and the attitude of objectivity reflects such a commitment. Objectivity, it is must that a researcher should rely on rational facts and not on fantasy or biased or one's special fondness or dislike. If a person is, I think, already is not based his research on rational finding, and once he will give emphasis once a special fondness or dislike, so are biased, so that this will not, he will not justify with the finding of, he cannot find out the truth, and that's why he will not justify the research, what research should be. A researcher must also be free from prejudice and act only on relevant reasons. Whatever, I think, feeling he has at the time of research, he should put off all, and he must also be free from prejudice and act only on relevant reasons. A clarity of mind helps the researchers to eliminate wrong thoughts and notions. The researcher should be for that. This is not an easy thing. So that's why a researcher must be tolerant the views of others. Rather, I sometimes ask that best researcher would appreciate the views of others, rather differences of others. The problem is that we now forget to appreciate the differences of others, to tolerate the differences of others. If someone says something which I like, that I want to accept, and if I don't like, I don't want to accept. In this way, we cannot proceed towards a good research, means to proceed towards finding the truth. And if we are not forwarding towards the finding of the truth, whatever I think we present our, I think, research in a beautiful word, that is not a research, because it eliminates the origin. There is no originality in that research, and without objectivity, which comes through value neutrality, there is no finding of, there is no truth, and without truth, finding of the truth, there is no research. So that's why researcher should be, I think, tolerant and work towards the welfare of general people, for welfare of all. And he should not believe anything merely. How he should do this? He should not believe anything merely said by anyone. Someone says something, researcher will not believe as it is, but after due examination and analysis. Until a researcher is not doing the analysis and I think doing the examination, he never believe anything, whether it is said by the teacher, it is said by any big boss, I think whatever great person he is, and how beautiful words he is speaking, maybe, but there is no, I think, truth in his, I think, saying or in his writing. So that's why without analysis, a researcher should not. Objectivity means a researcher means in order to, I think, pursue the truth, one should not believe what a person says without analysis and examination. And that's why it is known as he should aim epistemic objectivity. What is epistemic objectivity? Joseph Ross has already explained, defined it. It is epistemic objectivity is as a capacity to avoid bias. Joseph Ross says epistemic objectivity as a capacity to avoid bias or other emotional distortions requires impartiality as one of its constituent conditions, and this condition by itself is sometimes taken to make a person an objective judge of a certain matter. Thoughts are objective only if there can be facts or other considerations that are reasons for believing that they are to be likely to be true, correct. You may note the citation, Joseph Raz, Notes on Value and Objectivity. This is an article of Joseph Raz in Britain, in Brain Litter. The book name of Brain Litter is Objectivity in Law and Morals, Cambridge University Press, 2001. Joseph Raz further says, people sometimes show that they are impartial, but they are impartial only if it is in their interest or in the interest of their nears and dears. I quote, people are, of Joseph Raz, people are impartial if and only if in matters affecting others as well as possibly themselves, they act on relevant reasons and shun irrelevant ones, in particular, irrelevant considerations that favor themselves or people or causes dear to their hearts. And if their evaluation of the situation is not distorted by the fact that such people or causes are dear to them. Not only Joseph Ross says that I think we should believe only after, I think, analysis or after, I think, after analysis or after actually after verification. But Lord Buddha himself, 2500, more than 2500 years ago, said, what Lord Buddha said, believe what I have already explained, that you don't believe whatever big person or I think intelligent person is saying something in a very proper and very, I think, flowery words and very attractive words, because sometimes you will find nothing truth throughout the speech. So what Lord Buddha says, believe nothing merely because you have been told it. Believe nothing merely because you have been told it. Do not believe what your teacher tells you. Do not believe what your teacher tells you merely out of respect for the teacher. But whatsoever, after due examination and analysis, you find to be kind, conducive to the good, the benefit, the welfare of all beings, the doctrine believe and cling to and take it as your guide. These are the words of Lord Buddha, who have given first charter of the research for the researchers to what they should proceed. What Buddha had appealed for the combination of the right understanding with good emotion or conduct, mental emancipation should be accompanied by ethical perfection. He emphasized, one should apply mind oneself and verify truthfulness of proposition rather than being carried away by the breeze of others' view. Similarly, some other scholar says, do not consider all the, Kalidas says, Kalidas says, do not consider, because there are two approaches. Few people say that what old things are always good and new things are, I think, new things are corrupt. And some people say that old things are outdated, and some new achievements are always very progressive. What Kalidas says, do not consider a balanced view, and this balanced view is the basic, I think, attitude a researcher should have. Other, he would not do the proper research, which is for the welfare of the people, or which is, I think, through which he will find out the truth for what he is doing work. So what Kalidas says, do not consider all the things laid down in Purans or old literature as all appropriate and perfect, nor do have fascination for all that is new with an idea that it is good. This is the problem of present day. That few people says that what is in the old literature or what old things are, they are perfect and they are already, I think, they have ethics. And what is new things? They are, I think, they have no value of ethics. And some people, our young generation thinks that old things are outdated, and what new things and new approaches are, they are very progressive. So Kalidas, I think, remove this type of conception and says, do not consider all the things laid down in Purans or old literature as all appropriate and perfect. One thing. But at the same time, he says, nor do have fascination for all that is new with an idea that is good. Learned people, saints, closely examining what others say before they accept, it is the unintelligent who thoughtlessly rely on the words of others without any further examination. So you must understand that what balanced view and a researcher's view is pointed out by Kalidas himself, and some how a researcher should proceed, Lord Buddha has already pointed out. No doubt a researcher should stand above the person. For that, what you have to do, research, you should stand above, a researcher should stand above the personal factors, mundane influence, and communitarian prejudices. The other important basic norm after objectivity is value neutrality. That for objectivity, a person should be neutral. Values are the principle held as valid and acceptable on the basis of substandard. The value neutrality mandates need of standing above distracting forces and prejudices and bias. Value may make influence from religion. How this influence come? May influence from religion, race, caste, language, etc. However, when the researcher adopt tools, method, and mechanism for collection of data and evaluation and analysis, he should always ensure that there is no projection of a value. Why? What is wrong there? It is a benchmark of the intellectual discourse is as much as if research is value-based, then arbitrariness is manifest and may even lead to the manipulation of data that is a disservice to the cause of truth. So that's why some, I think, some researcher advises that if you have some prejudice, some bias, and that bias you cannot remove from yourself. So suppose you are a religious man, you should not work related to some religious topic. Suppose you are woman and you always, I think, feel that men are biased against women. So you should, because this is not the approach of the researcher. Sometimes it is seen that a woman is also, I think, woman is also the source for the, I think, source for the, I think, woman exploitation. So without verification, one should, suppose I am an environmental law student, I said this mining lobby is already dominated is already supported by the political lobby, or sometimes this corporate lobby is always supported by the political lobby, and that's why what they are always damaging the environment, and they are not, I think, if any business relating to environment and any, I think, for example, corporate social responsibility or any other, I think, environmental business or environmental, I think, protection business is given in their hands, they will not justify with the environment. So I should not do the research in that area, because if I have presupposed feeling that in the business lobby or corporate lobby or mining lobby are always against the environment. This is not, of course, after finding the, I think, facts and some reasons, I can say that because of these reasons and because of these facts, when impartially I have found out those facts, and impartially we arrive at a conclusion that this is the damage because of the activity of this, I think, business lobby or this corporate lobby, then I can say in this particular case, this lobby, this party is responsible. But if I am given a general statement, then having prejudice, they are always that I think mining lobby and some corporate lobby is against the environment, then I need not work in this area, because I will not justify, my personal bias will dominate the research, and it will not allow me to find out the truth. And this is the against the research. Values are the, so value neutrality is must for the research. What is value neutrality? Values are the principle held at value as valid and acceptable on the basis of some standard. The value neutrality mandates need of standing above distracting forces and prejudices and biases. Value may take influence from religion, race, caste, language, etc. Of course, you know, these are the nowadays every here and there. These are the bias. Sometimes you will find from the very, very intellectual person's writing. So religion, race, caste, language, which are based on their research work. However, when the researcher adopt tools, method, and mechanisms for collection of data, since and evaluation and analysis, he should always ensure that there is no projection of value. His, he should not have any projection of the value which I have mentioned on the basis of caste, creed, religion, language, and I think gender, and sometimes I think some other things. Suppose I am giving an illustration. Suppose I am working on distribution of interregional water, interregional rivers. So suppose I belong a state, I think, which is I belong a state. I have feeling about my state. I will always say that my state should, in distribution of water, river water, my state should be given more water than the other state. Even though my state is a is upper state, and that state is lower state. Even then, I think, suppose in some cases I have seen that, suppose the water is already upper riparian states, if they got the water, suppose for their domestic purpose, suppose for their, I think, agriculture purpose, suppose for their, I think, all the consumption, but they are not ready that allocation of water should be need based. They want that it should be on creed based, and then they say, I have a project due, I will run a future project. For that, I want such water. I want to accumulate such water. They never think that the lower riparian state people are suffering from the consumption of the water, even for the drinking. So, if this is the situation, then if I will work on allocation and distribution of inter-river water or settlement of inter-water river dispute, I will research on these problems. I cannot justify. So that's why I should not take this type of work for research. So it is a benchmark of intellectual discourse is as much as if research is value based, then arbitrariness is manifest and may even lead to manipulation of data that is a disservice to the cause of truth. If bias, I will work with bias, then it will manipulate the data and arbitrariness will be there and it is against the cause of the truth and disservice to the man. So, and if it is against the finding the truth, that cannot be research. It may be anything. Social science research, of course, in social science research cannot be completely free from external influences and motivations. But that should not dictate the outcome of the research. Of course, certain natural bias a person may have, but it should not dominate the outcome of the research. If a researcher by the values will have biased reasoning, close-minded approach. A research influenced by values will have biased reasoning, close-minded approach. If this is so, that research will not, I think, give the, I think, good outcome, fruitful outcome. So that's why this type of things should not be, I think, in mind. So, though in social research, then हेलो क्या हो गया भाई?
यस सर, आवाज आ रही है सर, आवाज
आए
चली गई थी बीच में। जी जी, यू आर ऑडिबल सर नाउ।
हाँ फुरकान सर, आप ऑडिबल हैं सर? आप फुरकान सर, कैन यू हियर मी?
हेलो
जी सर, आवाज आ रही है सर आपकी।
ऑडिबल सर, यू आर ऑडिबल सर, आप सुनाई दे रहे हैं सर?
there was disruption between the in between, little disruption.
हाँ सर।
So now I
Yes,
am
sir.
audible. So
now sir, audible, sir.
I was asking that since social science research cannot be completely free from external influences and motivation, but that should be not dictate the outcomes of the research. Maybe some bias in blood by some reasons a person have, but a researcher should not, I think, give such I think importance to that. I think that I think influence that it should dominate the research, and if it should dominate the research, then I think bias reasoning and close-minded approach will not do the truth and do the research. I am audible. What type of?
Yes sir, you are audible. You are audible, sir.
Taking incorrect knowledge as correct into account while conducting further research has far-reaching negative consequences. The impact of research is not only in different level, like fellow research participant society, but also at different phases from selection of the topic till publication. I have already mentioned you in the beginning that there are 4 stages. One is planning stage, where in this I think selection of topic, literature review, as well as I think this hypothesis are research questions. And in the, I think, execution stage, design of the research and collection of the data, its analysis, and then outcome. So actually, from I think collection of topic till publication, the impact of research is is on different. You will find if it is through influence, through external influence. So that's why from the starting point, this influence should be wiped out. And for that, the in the other thing, how we should bring the originality in the research work. The originality in the research work can come only
we
when
have to include value-added
we
courses
should.
in the account.
Pardon?
Many 2 or 3 value-added courses in the account
Pardon?
ahead of the value-added course, right? In our curriculum.
What? Who is speaking? Hello? Who is speaking? Hello? I'm audible.
Sir, you're audible. Participants, you are requested, please mute your mics. There is some disturbance coming, so please mute your mics, please.
I should mute my
Furkan sir,
mic.
please. नहीं आपका नहीं सर, कुछ डिस्टरबेंस आ रहा था सर पार्टिसिपेंट. आप चलिए सर, you are audible sir.
Okay. So
You're audible.
the second thing, after objectivity, after I think originality is also needed in the research. And how originality can be possible? When the researcher should have some ethical values. That one should, I think, the ethics are moral regulations that ought to regulate the research. However, there should be an adequate balance in the sense that such principles and regulations should not overcome the autonomy and liberty of the research. But at the same time, with this ethics and ethical values, in order to make the originality, I think it should not, I think, overcome the autonomy and liberty of the research. Although such principles, for that some researchers have already initiated or prepared some principles. And these principles, although generally used in medical research, but certain important points are here important for legal research also. These principles are principle of non-maleficence, principle of beneficence, principle of autonomy, the principle of justice. Principle of maleficence means the research must not cause harm to participants in the particular and to people in general. Your research work, and of course, if you are in the way of finding the truth and removing all the bias, it is not possible. But there is a principle of the research initiated by some researcher, principle of non-maleficence, which says that research must not cause harm to the participants in the particulars and to people in general. The other principle is principle of beneficence. It means research should also make a positive contribution towards welfare of the people. The researcher's mind should always work like a saint, and that's why he should, I think, manage his research in such a way that the researcher should make a positive contribution towards welfare of people. Its aim should be always to, I think, give the positive contribution, not the negative contribution. The third principle is principle of autonomy. It means research must respect and protect the rights and dignity of the participants. For example, a research is doing a team spirit. So, and one person is the head of the team spirit. So that's actually the contribution of everyone. Research should also make a positive contribution towards the welfare of the people. Principle of autonomy. It means research must respect and protect the rights and dignity of the participants. suppose in a team, 5 persons are, I think, doing research. So they are all respected by the team leader, and they should work in a team spirit. And the work outcome should be, I think, should be attributed to every, I think, participant, not only one. So, and then the last one is principle of justice. It denotes that the benefits and risks of research should be fairly distributed among the people. If you are working in a research team spirit, you are doing research work in a team with a team. So actually, the benefit and I think risk both should be distributed among the members of the team fairly, and one should not blame for the risk to other, and one should not take credit for the benefit of the research only. So there should be team spirit if work is done collectively, research work is done collectively. The researcher also has an obligation to undertake honest and transparent research, and there should be no privatization of research. He should not, in a team spirit, if he is doing research with a team, he should not hide any facts. And privatization of the information is very dangerous for the, I think, outcome. In order to find out the outcome or the benefit of that outcome, if a work is done with a team spirit. And the researcher should only undertake useful study beneficial to the society. He should not, this is, if some researcher is like a saint, so he should not think otherwise. He should not anyway think to find out that that thing which is not in the interest of society, which is against in the society. The researcher mind should not go towards that end. He should always be very, very positive and very, very, I think you may say, he will think saintly. She should take the informed consent of participant. And if you are if you are, I think, making a team and I think involve participant in a research in any form, that informed consent may probably be, I think, taken. A researcher should not play fraud on the society and publish the data collected, research resulted. A researcher should not play fraud on the society and publish the data collected, research resulted. And the collection of data should not be, I think, published if a person is working in a team. So what data he is collected until the I think the project is not finalized, he should not do anything with. He should not make any connection to any publisher and or any published a person who can publish it. So it is against the spirit of the research. Means these are all things against if a person is moving towards finding the truth. She should not be swayed by the pressure of publishers, sponsors, and should not be polite and humble to fellow researchers, and should be polite and humble to fellow researchers and respect their autonomy. If a team is you are working in a team spirit, everyone, whether he is working, I think, good, because in team, some persons are, I think, doing much work. Some persons are doing little qualitative work. Some persons are, but every person of the team and the work of and its contribution of every person is equally important, and that's why by the other members and by the head of the team should be equally respected and should be given importance to every member's respect and autonomy. Of course, the plagiarism is the basic problem with the I think research, and of course, as I have mentioned in the earlier, it is totally against the finding of the truth. So that's why plagiarism, if a person have ethical values and if a person is really wanted to find out the truth, the question of plagiarism cannot involve, because the plagiarism is the fundamental, and the avoidance of plagiarism is the fundamental to research and should be always follow work culture and make it a part of his routine. Actually, if a person is ethical and ethical values, in order to make the originality in the research, and what I have mentioned earlier, research will never. I am asking up to this extent that if a researcher forget about, I think I think plagiarism from the writing, and then because plagiarism can be avoided, can be removed, rooted down only through I think some spirit a researcher should possess, that he should be honest. Otherwise, through this machine and checking machine, you cannot avoid plagiarism. Otherwise, if a researcher in his research, during the research, if he will contact someone, suppose I am contacted any of your professor, you, and during discussion, I will find something. I will write, if I will mention in my research, I will write as a footnote or anywhere that this is the outcome of the discussion between me and you. So forget about the writing printed matter. I am asking about the even verbal discussion, verbal interview, and by anyone, whether he is, I think, professor or whether he is a layman, because I think creativity you will find everyone. So suppose something during your research, you find some thoughts from anyone, you should, I think, acknowledge in your research, and this is ethic, really ethics, and this ethical values and this ethical spirit will automatically avoid plagiarism, because avoidance of plagiarism is the fundamental of research. If we keep in view the above norm, research proposals should be initiated and completed in isolation or with team. And as I told you, that if they are done with team, if they are done with team, this I think not in isolation. The team spirit should always be maintained. Actually, should always be maintained throughout the keeping in view what I mentioned. The research should be initiated and completed. And plan and I think involve in data collection, review the literature and think and draft the write up and revise and finalize the writing after adequate proofreading. Researchers should have necessary qualities of hard work and posture and authority of drawing apt inferences and of impartiality, observing natural phenomenon and non-commitment of hypothesis. Objectivity in reasoning and value neutrality considerably contribute to good quality of research work. The procedures adopted by great men of science and the abilities that they commanded give good guidance to promote the quality research work. Countries have progressed and individuals have made great achievements by consistent and meticulous intellectual work, as W. Longfellow wrote, because in order to develop these qualities and to work hard, it is not easy. It will require a lot of time and hard work, as W. Longfellow said. The heights by great men reached and kept were do not obtain by sudden flight, but they, while their companions slept, were toiling upward in the night. Thank you. This is all about my, I think, presentation and what questions raised. Little I have already, one more thing I want to mention, that when on this title or topic, your that you find out the literature relating with that, because that literature will help you to review the literature, not only just according to the title, rather you take a article or what it may be, you see why that article is written, why that book is written, what is the objective to write that book or write that article. Whether that article and that objective is anyway relevant to your subject, what you are going to initiate the research, then you I think keep with you as your literature review. Otherwise, you will leave that literature. You go through another literature. The other thing, if it is so that the introduction of the book or article, from the introduction of the book and article, you feel that it is relevant from your point of view, then you go through the body of that literature and then summarize the body, and then you again go through the conclusion, what object and what inference the writer has been drawn and for what purpose, and only that literature will help you for your work. Otherwise, just making a bibliography is not review of literature, and that will not help you to proceed to develop your mind in that particular area. This all, after this, I invite what question you want to ask, you ask. Thank you. Hello. हेलो, खत्म नहीं हो जाता क्या? हेलो,
यस सर, आवाज आ रही है सर आपकी।
तो बस I have already finished.
जी सर।
Any question?
Okay, sir,
Any
there are a
question?
couple of questions. Yes, there are a couple of questions. The first question is asked, how to do research in COVID times? What is the value of internet sources on which one has to depend on times like this? Both the questions, they are interrelated, so I will ask both. The answer is for the same, because they are talking about
Actually,
fake news, etc.
Even otherwise, if COVID time is until you don't have time to find out the truth and find what is the reality of your work in order to proceed your work. Until you are not getting, you should not proceed towards research work. So about the emergency, there is not necessary that you every time you will do your work or in the field. You do your work in the with the literature with the book because work can be done with library and in the both. So in COVID time, field work cannot be done. But what is the problem? And forget about the library. Whatever literature you have collected, in order to conceptualize that, in order to, I think, give the thought process, in order to debate the persons which are living in your home on particular topic, what is COVID time. Conceptualization on the matter available or matter collected by in any problem in the COVID time. हेलो, क्या हो जाता है? हेलो,
जी सर, आ रही है सर आपकी आवाज।
Hello.
Am I audible to you, sir? सर, मेरी आवाज आ रही है सर आप तक? हाँ, डॉक्टर फुरकान, आप तक मेरी आवाज पहुंच रही है सर?
you. I am listening you.
हाँ,
Hello?
सर, मेरे पास नहीं आ रही है। हाँ,
I am
sir,
listening
there is
you.
another. हाँ, I can ask one more question, sir.
Why not 1 or 2 or 3 or 4? You are satisfied with my answer that in COVID times the research cannot be done in the field. But research is not only the name. Research is not, I think, time bound. Research is researcher do the researcher does the research every time. Because if he is curious, he is thinking about his research problem every time, because he is in the search of the truth like a saint. So I think with the literature, with the help of available literature, the help of the persons available, discussion with them, he can carry his research. So I think research is the name, not name of writing something only. Conceptualization is the main first, I think, first step of the research. So conceptualization can be done even in COVID time also. Then next question. ये क्या हो जाता है यार इसमें? Hello.
जी सर,
Who
आपकी
asked
आवाज
this?
आ रही है सर?
Who asked this question? Whether you are satisfied or you are, if you don't satisfy, you again ask. कुछ हो इधर हेलो इधर यार इधर होगा तो क्या गल
सब डरते कर करके खुद का
आवाज वॉइस इज नॉट क्लियर हेलो हेलो
Yes, sir, आपकी आवाज आ रही है सर, आ रही है आपकी आवाज.
but those who ask question I am not listening them properly now.
Sir, I'm asking the next question.
You ask the next question.
Another question which is
प्लीज
mentioned,
स्टेबल चैट बॉक्स
whatever said religious scriptures are not perfect, appropriate or
What are the
whatever said in religious scriptures are not perfect, appropriate or perfect. How should we take this statement in reference to personal laws?
I am not asking that. I think the Kalidas says that I think researcher should have balanced view. Now, he should not, I think, have a view that everything which is old is always good and everything which is new is always bad. So actually, he, after going through the matter and material, or I think its repercussion, he should arrive make a mind that it is good or bad. The position nowadays is that some people say that every old thing is bad and every good thing is, it is not in the context of personal law. It is the context of the how you should, I think, make your mind to do the research. So your mind should be balanced. I think Kalidas says that even it is not necessary that everything which is in the which was in the past. He given illustration of the book is always everything in there is always good, and what is new in everything else.
Yeah, that's your mind.
Yes, ma'am. एक क्वेश्चन है मेरे पास.
हेलो हेलो
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. मैं आपको, मेरी आवाज आ रही है सर आपको?
हाँ, आप क्या आ रही?
Sir, I have one more question. I have one more question, sir. Growing culture of fake data need to be controlled. Kindly suggest some methods for the controlling of the fake data, sir. Because fake data ultimately
when you will be cautious, that without, I think, examining, without analysis, you will not accept any data. Without any verification, you will not accept data. Then how fake data will come?
we are talking about some
And if you
some
feel that
fake news is there, so
it is that's why a good researcher, a real researcher who is finding the truth, he will never rely on the data of the printed data or the government data. He collect the information from the first person himself. Suppose I am giving illustration. you are working on some women's exploitation. So you will choose I think, pocket, a cluster where you will interview the woman himself, woman herself, women themselves, rather to collect the information by your any of your researcher or by any of your friend who provided you information that this is the position of the woman in a particular block or area. So you should yourself do that work. Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Sir, you are audible, sir. Sir, there is one more question. Hello? Hello?
जी सर, आप बोले सर,
Hello?
आपकी आवाज आ रही है सर.
There is another question. How to do research in... Hello? Sir, there is another question. Which research methods should be adopted for research during pandemic situation? Furkan sir, am I audible to you, sir? Hello? Hello?
मैं कॉल करता हूँ सर को सर.
अरे क्या हो रहा है? Hello?
Sir, now you are audible, sir. Yes,
हाँ,
sir, now
तो
you are
I
audible.
have-
आपका mute हो गया.
I know your
आपका
question.
mic mute हो गया था, sir.
आपका question, what question
हाँ,
you
sir.
raised, that in this situation, or like this situation, you have to, you are researcher, you know how you can, I think, find out the truth by which process, by which method, and keeping yourself safe. And it is up to you. There is no, I think, hard and fast and watertight compartment for the research. You are doing research. You are honest. Really want the truth. So what the process should be adopted better. And you make the right decision. हेलो, क्या हो जाता भाई?
आपकी आवाज आ रही है सर. जी.
हेलो,
जी सर, आवाज आ रही है सर.
हेलो? तो वो जो बोल रहे थे चुप क्यों हो गए? भाई साइलेंट.
यादव सर उन्होंने क्वेश्चन कंप्लीट कर दिया था सर. मैं बोलता हूँ.
अच्छा, तो फिर आप कोई और, एनी अदर वन इज आस्किंग? हेलो, एनी
Yes, sir. There is
अदर
a question.
आस्किंग?
Sir, there is no more question. So, Yadav sir, I know. Please propose vote of
Okay. Okay. Sir, I am very thankful to Dr. Furkan, so sparing his valuable time in the interest of the faculty. More than 225 faculty, they have joined and they have heard you, sir. I am very thankful to you for sparing your valuable time and enlightening us with the concept of law and how to do research especially in law. I am very thankful to you, sir. Thanks a lot, and we will keep inviting you for other sessions also. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for sparing your valuable time, sir. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Okay.